What's good? It's DeValian here with Scout Team Sports. College football Saturday rolling along. We've got a big matchup. Undefeated Oregon at undefeated Penn State. These two teams are neck and neck in the top 5, 3 and 2 respectively. So, and you look at the stat, neither team has faced anybody up until this point. This is the first test for both teams. You look, like I said, beating these teams that are clearly not in their league. You know, the stats are inflated. They face each other. Those stats are not going to be as mesmerizing in my book. When you look at it, if you watch them play, different styles, but, I say they're both offenses and both defenses are on par with one another. I don't see a significant strength that one team has over the other. I don't. Because where you could say one team has a better quarterback, you could say, well, the other team has a better defense, and, so on and so forth. I'm going to go with the coaching. From what I've seen, when both teams, and you have to base it off of last year because you can't base it off of this year. They didn't face anybody. But when both teams are under pressure and they're facing really, really tough opponents, to me, Penn State is better coached to respond to adversity, to respond to when you're down or you're in a tight game and you got to keep going back and forth. I think that they're better coached to respond to adversity when they're faced with a tough game as opposed to Oregon. It's not to say that Oregon can't do it, because they can, but I just think Penn State's a little bit better coached to handle a high-scoring team and match with them in a high-scoring game, or make it a defensive game, or just, in the heat of a game when you're going back and forth and it's a tough opponent. I think coaching comes into play, and I'm going to give the edge to Penn State over Oregon. That 3.5-point spread, though, I don't trust that. This could probably be a 1 or 2 point game. So I'm not going to trust the spread. I'm going to pick Penn State over Oregon, and I do not believe that Penn State will cover the 3.5-point spread. I will say this, though. Looking at Oregon's schedule, if they beat Penn State, I think they're running the table, at least for the regular season. If Oregon beats Penn State, I don't see anybody else on their schedule beating them for the rest of the season until they get to the college football playoff. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this matchup. Once again, it's DeValian with Scout Team Sports.